Friday Night Flies. Take it away, Scotty.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm Boulder. It's Friday Night Flies. Third episode of the night. Woohoo! Full show today.
You're on fire, buddy. On fire.
Yeah, I'm doing all lake patterns because I'm loving the lakes right now. There's still a lot of things happening in the rivers, but the lakes are just coming alive. We got some nice sunny weather. What better way to spend the afternoon than floating around in a pontoon or float tube, or if you're lucky enough to have a bigger boat.
What I think you're trying to say is you should be on a lake fly fishing right now.
Yeah,
somewhere.
It's fantastic. Yeah, all the fish are all milling around and they're full of life now with these warm weathers.
Yeah, the water's
bug activity is going. Yeah, the water's all turned over, so it's great. So I've done a whole bunch of lake patterns tonight, and I'm going to do yet another one. This is the Friday Night Flies pheasant tail nymph. So it's just like your regular pheasant tail nymph with a little twist. So if we take you down, we'll show you what we're talking about.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Boom.
Boom, boom. So we got a pheasant tail nymph if we look this way. With a little added feature here, we got more of a lightly colored wing casing to it. I don't really know the premises. I've used a fly like this in the last couple of weeks, and it was getting phenomenal results. So
you know what it is? It's that hot spot, man.
Yeah, I think it's just something different, something that sticks out on that fly.
And I mean, when those nymphs start coming to the surface and getting ready, they start carrying.
They build up the gases, right?
Yeah,
so they get that
carrying
luminescence right in there.
I've seen them looking like that too. So I mean, it's only natural that it would work.
Yeah.
So let's get to it and show us how to catch them fish.
It'd probably be why they're stocked in Spud Valley Sporting Goods, 1380 Birch Street.
In downtown Pemberton, right next door to the Esso gas station.
Yeah. Funny how that works, eh?
Oh, that's crazy. Products. Hey, actually, you know what? We're featuring Permanent Fish Finder.
Permanent Fish Finder, yeah.
You know
Book
what?
your tour.
Treat yourself. It's time to go on a fish vacation and get up here to beautiful Whistler, Pemberton, British Columbia.
And what is the limited time thing that is happening right now in our area?
Oh, God, you're going to make me pull out some pictures, aren't you?
Oh, you don't have to pull out some pictures. They can go check them out for themselves on Pemberton Fish Finder.
They should. Go to our fishing reports. You'll see what's going on, see what our guys are catching, see what our guys are catching, and show them what's hot.
Yep.
Chinook salmon.
Chinook salmon. Or
King salmon.
In the Lillooet River. Or,
there's a whole bunch of different names for them. AKA.
The backing.
So
he told me to come back with my rod and this.
We've been doing all this
stuff here.
All this yapping here, and so we started off with.
I don't know how long it's.
A size.
Just about to shut down.
Yeah.
8 hooks. And we got some brown thread, either 6 or 8/0. I'm using 8/0 myself.
If you leave it with me, man, I'll put it together.
That's fine. Yeah,
I got my green.
You don't need the rest of it. I just
green pheasant tail.
Just get his name.
And so we're taking off a little bunch here to make the tail. I'm gonna make the tail about the length from the eye to where the hook bend or the point of the hook is, not too long. We're just gonna tie that right in here. Beautiful.
Fly line? Yeah.
And we're gonna wrap.
Oh no, sorry. Braided line for a bait cast rod.
There is something that was written on
hey,
our
Sean
ingredient
Mooney's,
list.
Sean Mooney's in the house again.
So
hey, we're spoiling this guy.
Sean's gonna burn me. I got excited about salmon, and I completely forgot everything that I was doing. Completely.
Oh no.
So once you get your hook in the vise, apply your lead.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had salmon on the brain. You said pictures, and I just started seeing flashes of the 30-pound salmon that I caught.
I think I should dig out a few salmon pictures because
That'll give you time to correct.
yeah, I'll dig them out.
Oh, I'm there now.
Oh,
So
okay.
get a little leg going on at the head of this fly to help sink it down, since it's not a bead head.
Which one should I show him?
Tie your tail in, and just like how I did here, tie it right to the edge of your lead. And if you did this all in the correct order, your lead would be secured in there with a few wraps on there. But we're gonna do things a little
Right,
backwards.
while you're securing this, we might as well show them.
All right,
A couple pictures.
We'll show them the pictures. I'll compose myself.
So anyhow, Scotty's sitting there with this freaking wall hanger king salmon, also known as Chinook.
Yeah.
This is a beauty.
Yeah.
I guess there's no other way really to go to it other than what we were doing there. You know, if there was a better way of screen sharing and we could scroll through them, it would be really awesome. Because I don't know how to do that yet.
What, just to go and click next picture, next picture, next
Yeah,
picture, next
I don't know
picture?
what
With the sharing, yeah, it's difficult.
Okay.
It only lets you do. But you know what? We should do a second shot here quick because my good friend Scotty Holmes is standing right next to me. He's like, hey, what about my fish? Because like I'm important too.
I was on the boat.
You know the hardest part of that?
I netted that fish.
The hardest part of that day was running the boat to get the fish in. That was the hardest part.
Not only was Scotty older in the house, but so was Scotty Holmes. Friday night flies. Crew was out there just getting them, catch and release fishing. Gotta love it. Anyhow, back to the fly.
All right. So we've got our lead on. We tied on. We put our tail on. Now we're going to do our ribbing, which is a little bit of copper wire. We're just going to secure that in at the back.
Oh, yeah. We should make a shout out to Sean. Hey, Sean. Sean, what did you think of those beautiful king salmon, buddy? What did you think?
All right, so we got that on. Next, our body. So when I'm selecting my feather here, doing these, you'll see there's two sides of it. This side with the lighter, thinner pieces I use for legs and the tails. Has a little bit more movement. All this body stuff, or all this other stuff, I usually use for stiffer legs if I'm doing stone flies and for doing the body wraps here. So I'm going to get my tips all together, pull it off the stem, tie in these tips.
We got 10-6. My wife's having her first Tupperware party tonight.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, she's nervous. You know, it's one thing like that.
Get the tag ends here.
Start with the first one and it being like 15 ladies. Oh god. I feel for
And
them.
get this thread
I felt the nervousness when I was doing that.
just up to, I might go a little bit up on this bunch of lead that I got there. So anyways, we're going to start making the body wraps. And you know what I did bring today?
Hackle pliers.
Hackle pliers.
Oh, I didn't bring it.
Well,
All right. Use your hackle pliers. That's if I don't use hackle pliers. Got way less control, but it's a lot less fingers. Either way, get those pheasant tail fibers wrapped up.
oh, yeah, Sean Mooney says fantastic fish. He also says that don't sweat it, Scotty. I had to save a salmon fly because I burnt my mylar rib off my streamer. Thank God for silver butts. Saved my fly.
Right on, bud. So you get that pheasant tail wrapped up. Take your copper, make your rib. 4 or 5 nice even wraps. Snip that off.
You know what I think a lot of people don't realize is that we tie live.
Yeah.
Like there is no editing and making it a perfect fly.
We don't go and change it afterwards.
No.
We
It
just
is
let
what
it
it
ride.
is.
We
This
let it
is
ride.
like reality fly tying.
Oh,
is what this
believe
is.
me, I know that.
Reality fly tying at its best right here. You know what? I think I'm gonna freaking use that. That's like a one-line punch right there.
All right. So now I'm going to tie in. So I got myself two feathers. I'm going to put them right on top of each other and make sure those tips are lined up. Get those tips. I'm going to tie that right on top. I missed one. You got to make sure that those veins are together. These ones are being a little difficult, so I might just put one in. You want the vein of the feather, the vein, to be right on the top. I just trapped one. It's a lot easier if you can get them both to work. They weren't. The one has a funny little twist in the end, so there we go. They're on. Tie that down a bit. And before I get too far, I'm going to get rid of those bits. Now we're going to put in a little bit of leg. So again, with the feather, I'm going to go with the stuff that has the lighter broken feathers. And I just need about 4 for each side. Not too many. These legs are going to be the length. How can I show you? The length of the body here. Tie them in so that they're facing down. So I'll trap them on one side. I think these are rubber legs. They're just not cooperating with me today. There we go. A couple for the other side. Get them so they're facing down. Oh, that last one didn't work. They weren't long enough. Alright, so you got them tied on both sides.
That CDC kind of gets into everything, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it has that look like it's getting into everything.
It just grabs everything. So we got them down. Get rid of the tags. Grab yourself a couple of pieces of herl. 1, 2. The bigger the fly, the more herl I add. This one I'm using about 3 strands. What was Sean going to say?
Well, Sean was just saying that he loves the reality of our show. Because the reality of it is that everybody has their days and their issue with almost every fly that they tie.
You always have a material now and then you're like, that goddamn rubber leg. So get your herls tied in there.
Yeah.
And get your thread wound back up to the front. I'm going to grab these 3 herls. We're going to give them a twist. You twist it so that it frays out all that material. And when you're wrapping that first wrap, make sure you don't trap those legs. And that's all I need to do. It's a nice little thorax body on it. Cut that off. And now we're going to, well, you know why? You're going to love the reality of this show. I tied them in backwards. I knew it. You want to tie your feathers in the other way.
It was that.
Because when I pull it over, I have no feathers to trap.
Oh, no. You mean the fat end goes the other?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We won't say salmon anymore before you start tying.
All right.
That's exactly what happened. You got the salmon
on the brain.
I can't believe I did that.
That's so good.
That's all good because we're just going
what
to.
What can you do?
Rewind.
This is called a quick fix.
Is there any red wire with this guy? I love this glitter thread stuff. It's so cool.
Alright, let's just see this. Yeah. Okay.
Does it work?
Yeah. Tie it in by the butt so that the feathers are facing backwards, not forward. That's why it was so much easier to tie the 2 together at home. Okay, here we go. You got those 2 in there. Hey.
You tie flies like I tie flies today.
And we do some legs. Watch, this is how the legs are supposed to go on. Once.
See, the second time around, you got her down now.
Oh.
Okay? We should just do that. Tie fly, completely tear it apart,
rewind,
and then try it again, just to show them how quick you can actually.
Oh, that's just funny. Is it the 13th? It's
No,
gotta
it's
be
not.
the 13th.
It's not. You'd think it was.
Just one of those days.
You know, it was one of those days. I go to the post office, and I'm like, I can't believe they have a post office box that's numbered 666. And it just floored me. I mean, like, hey, you got to skip that number.
They really do?
Yeah, 666 over at the post office.
You would think that would be like one of those things where they don't, just like how they don't name the 13th floor on elevator buildings.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not have the devil box in our post office.
Yes. What happened to that? No, well, oh, that's what happened to that number.
All right.
You know what? That actually filled the head out a little bit more too, right?
Yeah, I went back a little bit.
Not like a lot.
It's where it should have been. But anyway, so this is where we were when we left off.
Yeah. No.
So now that these fibers are actually facing the correct way, when I pull them, there's going to be obviously a couple stragglers at the back, but that's all right. But when I pull them all forward, you'll be able to trap them with your thread. I'm just making... The only difficult part is making sure you don't trap all your legs. That CDC likes to grab the legs. All right. So you get it all forward. Get it right in there.
Sean Mooney's like,
Is he having a good laugh?
yeah, don't think a bit about it. You have a lot of guts tying live. I congratulate all of you.
All right. So
you know, you could have slapped that thing together wrong, and no one would even know it. Other than it would look pretty ugly.
Well, I don't know.
It is
Sometimes I make mistakes and you go, nobody noticed. And it's like, yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, they did.
Anyhow, so there it is. Thanks, Sean.
So you wrap it forward. Do 2 wraps on top of it. Lift up that butt end. Put another wrap or 2 underneath before you trim it off.
Hear this out, Scott.
Whip finish.
We actually had to turn the AC on in the store today.
Really?
Yeah, man. I don't know what the temp is outside, but it's freaking hot.
It's hot.
It's got to be high 20s today. Mid to high 20s.
It was 26 when I was coming back. 25, I was like, don't be 27. Don't be 27.
Oh.
Hopefully it's like a little bit less than that. That was like on the highway, so.
Holy.
You know what happens? 2 days at 27 and bang.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So
No, it is 27 degrees for black.
you just kind of
Oh, it's like around that number.
nip off those
right?
little
And then
flyaways,
you got money
trim her up,
flying everywhere.
and then you have your fly.
Okay, roll it on the back side. I want to see that shell. See, that's what that shell's supposed to look like. Right there.
Whew.
Right there.
Right there.
Give her a good spin. Let's see the belly here. Make sure.
You got your peacock
there's your
curling.
profile.
There's your standard pheasant tail nymph profile with your little hot spot, if you will.
That's a nice save, Scott.
So yeah, when you're not yapping, they go together pretty quickly.
Well, hey, no, we were talking about the salmon fishing, and if that didn't throw anybody else off, they were thinking, hey, featured website, let's go and get a piece of that right now. Fish vacation. Fish vacation. Subliminal messages in this one. So
Fish
get out here.
vacation.
Get out here. PermanentFishFinder.com. That's all you need to know.
Right out.
Anyhow, we'll go up top.
Take me up.
Sign it out.
Sign me off.
Get me out of this chair.
So there you go for all you who are intimidated by fly fishing. Hey, it happens to all of us. You just got to stick to it or stick with it.
Nice recovery. Added.
Thanks for not making too much fun of me, Sean. Appreciate the support always. And yeah, join us again. Scotty Holmes is coming up next on Friday Night Flies. So give us about 5 minutes and we'll be right back for you.